All right, joined here, head women's volleyball coach Bob Maxwell. Daemen women's volleyball team falls in 5 sets today to LIU Post. Coach, 2 days in a row, two just absolutely gut-wrenching 5-set losses. I don't know if you have any nails left, but I know I don't. So
No, I don't bite them, but they'll be gone later. These were good matches. I mean, right from the start to the finish, with the exception of about 10 points in the start of the second game. This was back and forth. You can't say enough about how well the girls played. I mean, we've been talking about not letting balls fall. We've been talking about putting up a block or square around defense. And we're a little on the small side, but we did a good job of it for the last 2 days. And, it makes last weekend hurt even more because we win one of those and then take one of these. I mean, we're right there. I mean, we're disappointed, but we can't be upset because we're where we need to be now. So it makes having to sweep next week to even have a sniff of the playoffs. But you know what? They've played their hearts out. You can't say enough about it.
yeah, and I think looking at the bigger picture, this was a team that won 2 matches last year. And you and your coaching staff come in and brought have some new pieces that are really contributing, and you've got a really young team. You've only got 2 seniors, which we're going to talk about in a minute.
Right.
But talk about the growth that you've seen since starting practice in August.
We've talked a lot about where we were in August, not about where we were last year, because this group wasn't the team that was last year. There's been a lot of growth. The team that practiced in August and the team that played today are light years away from each other. I mean, they've learned I can do things, we can do things together, and when I do things and we do things, it just happens. And the game kind of flows together and makes pieces. It often looks like somebody's just throwing a hand out there, a ball's popping up, and somebody else happens to be there. But if you know it and watch it, there's a flow to it, and they found it. They understand that it's about me playing well, not for me playing well for all of us. And it arrived. And you saw, we plugged a couple people in today. I mean, you're going to talk about Yi got hurt early in the second set, and we went flat for about 10 points. But then we climbed right back into that. It was 25-22. I think we were down 11-1 at one point, and just plug somebody else in. And once we settle down, that's kind of a growth thing too. You need to not let those highs and lows hit. You just need to be consistent and play the game. And we figured out that, hey, we still have 6 people on the floor. We're not playing with 5. So it was, once we got there, we were fine.
You mentioned their senior day today. Your 2 seniors playing in their last home match of their career, Yi Wong and Mackenzie Kanicki. Obviously, a bittersweet day with the loss, and obviously bittersweet for Yi because she did get hurt.
Right.
But can you talk about your impressions of those 2 players?
Well, Yi is a dynamite player. If she's not first team in the conference, I don't know who is. I mean, she was the engine that kind of made us go early on, and as everybody grew around her, we got tougher and tougher, and it made her better and better because you can't be an individual in the game, but you can have an individual make plays and do things, which early in the season, that's what it was. And as soon as it came together as a group, but I can't say enough about her. I mean, she's, thanks to Mark for bringing her in 5 years ago. We were lucky enough to have her not play last year, so we got to use her this year. Great kid. It's a shame we don't know how bad it is, whether she can be able to play next week. But terrific kid to have around. I mean, you don't know what would have happened if she played, but you know what? We played well as a group. We still had 6. Mackenzie's been a good teammate all year. She played quite a bit in the past, and this year her playing time fell off, but I got to tell you, she did not pout. She didn't get upset. I'm sure she's disappointed that she's not playing as much, but that's the kind of thing. It was the team first oriented, and she's been there right along. I mean, she stepped in, she dug 4 balls today, almost had a couple aces in the match. The dynamic changed a little when Yi got hurt. I mean, we wanted to play Mackenzie a little bit more, but when Yi got hurt, we lost some of her offense. We needed to kind of make an adjustment, and she got in a couple times later in the match. But I can't say enough about her being a good teammate. That's the kind of thing that young kids who aren't playing a lot need to see from a senior who's not playing a lot, that, hey, it's not about me. I'm disappointed, but you know what? It's about all of us together. So
Sure.
She's done a good job of that.
Sure. I just want to ask you quickly about 2 players that really been stepping up for you lately, 2 freshmen, and especially with with Yee going down today, and Courtney Bernard and Carissa Higgins have been really blossoming into a bigger role for you.
Right. Well, Courtney she was hurt when she came in preseason, so I think she's kind of getting where we would have liked her to have been right as the conference season started. She didn't get to practice through the preseason. She was here and watched things and learned things, but wasn't touching the ball. Was cleared to practice middle of September, but we were into matches then, so we didn't have all the practice time, and she's just now coming around, and she's a dynamite player. I'll add to that, Carissa Higgins stepped in when he got hurt, jumped in. Still needs to work on some things. Her hands fly around a little bit when she blocks, and when we get in long transition points, she gets lost a little, but dynamic player and is going to be there as soon as she figures it out. Ashley, you can't say enough about. From day one, she's been the starter. She kind of went, I'm going to say about halfway, maybe 3-4 matches into the conference season, became the go-to hitter. Maybe the Lemoyne match is where she grew up, and she's been dynamite all year. Going to be a good one. Not only everybody sees her hit the ball, the big numbers that she puts up, but today we committed to some players, and she was one-on-one with outside hitters and got a few blocks. I think she had 3 or 4, maybe she only had 3 or 4. I don't remember, maybe 2. But she was all alone on an island blocking. She's our best serve receiver. Her and her sister dig balls that you wonder where did they get that from. I mean, it's just, and they're only going to get better. So that's exciting. So.
Yeah, 22 kills and 14 digs for Ashley today. Another double-double. I think she has 11 or 12 double-doubles on the year now. Looking forward, 2 matches left in the regular season, both on the road. You're going to take on the top 2 teams in the conference standings, Bridgeport and Dowling this week. Probably going to need to win both if we're looking at a playoff spot. So.
To get a playoff spot, we got to win both. Unfortunately, beating them won't help us. Somebody else has to beat these other teams, and then we have to win. So. Simply because they're both so far ahead of everybody. But I got to say, too, the team defense, I think we had 5 people today, had double-digit digs. Like I said, Mackenzie played a little, had 4. I mean, they've made up their mind that they're going to get balls. And when you do that, you're hard to beat. Yeah. So I think the teams both today, this weekend would say that, we were hard to beat this week, so, which is fun.
Well, we're certainly wish you the best of luck this coming week.
Thanks.